Hi, everybody. Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. I got to go to a comic show this past weekend. I got to meet up with Alan, the comic collector geek, and I got to meet one of the people who follows both of us, a man by the name of Lao Tour. Some of you may have seen him in the chats on some of our various live shows. It was great to meet up with both of them. We all sort of were looking for different things. And what I wanted to do today was to show some of the stuff that I picked up. This was the monthly Sportsplex show that they have in the PN here in my hometown of Ottawa. Well, Gatineau. I live in Gatineau, but I grew up in Ottawa. So let me pull out and show you some of what I got. The first book that I got is the one I'm the most happiest to get. This is also the most I spent for any book on this day. This here is Action Comics 334. It is the first 80-page giant to have for Supergirl as the central character. And I was excited to get this because this has now increased my unbroken run of action to 324 and up. This was the one book I needed for that. And hopefully by the end of the next calendar year, I will be 300 up. That is the goal. The next book that I got today, I got it at the same time I got that one, was this 80-page giant Superman 207. Anytime I can get my hands on an 80-page giant that I need, I do. This one is listed as a 3.0 in the back, and it's funny how it's 30 years on the front. But it's a 3.0. And what I'm happy to say about both of those, by the way, this was considered a 6.0. And what I like about both is that the spines are both complete. You can read legibly down the side, there's no pieces missing, which is hard to do with any of these 80-page giants from the square bounds, whether they're Marvel or DC or any other company like Gold Key that puts them out. Next up, we got a few Marvel books. I got this Invaders 38, which is the first appearance of Lady Lotus, and the return of U-Man, who has only made one appearance before this. I love World War II books, especially whether team books like Invaders, All-Star Squadron, Justice Society. So I'm happy to find, whenever I find an Invaders I'm missing, I'm happy to pick it up. This next book, I don't know if everybody's aware, but on Wednesday nights I do a comic book club with Biggie Shack where we review certain books and stuff. Well, one of the ones we did already, and I didn't. I came. Excuse me. I came across today in a dollar bin, and it is a reprint of one of the books we did, of Fantastic Four 52. And since it's a reprint of something that I have a soft spot for, having done the review, I picked it up. Next up, I have Volume 2, Number 2 of Red Sonja. Another book that I found and I love to collect. The whole Conan world, whether it's Kull, Conan, or Red Sonja, are all great characters. And apparently there's the son of Conan somewhere. I don't have any of those other than the appearances he makes in the regular Conan run, but you know, I like it all. Next up, three books from John Sable Freelance, numbers 10, 11, 12. I bought these because I'm a big Mike Grell fan. And Mike wrote, Mike Grell created the character, and he writes and does a little bit of the art. Not much art, but a little bit of the art in the first 17 issues. In fact, this is a Mike Grell cover, this one here, the cat. So, if you can see the signature right there. Mike Grell is probably in my top 5 of living artists for certain. Yeah, this is a Mike Grell cover as well. Number 12 of John Sable. The key about John Sable was this was Mike Grell's first creator credited book. He left DC briefly because he obviously was just at the time doing the pictures, and so he wanted to have more creative control and make more money. Because face it, that's really what it's all about. As much as we love comic books, the guys making them were doing it for a paycheck. This here is the next book I got, which is Krypton Chronicles #2. Now, this one confused me. I thought I was picking up Phantom Zone #2, which is the one I was missing, and I got confused when I picked it up. That happens sometimes. It's age, but it's a three issue miniseries that involves Kryptonian stuff. So I'm gonna finish it. I do love me Kryptonian stuff. Next up here, I have Suicide Squad #5. Since I've been buying a lot of Suicide Squads for other reasons and doing videos, for example, I got 4 Suicide Squads just because Black Orchid was in it. I've decided that whenever I come across missing issues from this 1987 series that I don't have in the dollar bins or whatever, I was going to pick them up. I'm not going to go crazy. I actually do have the 3 most expensive books from the Suicide Squad run already. #1, #23, and I think #40. I'm not, it's fuzzy, the third one. But one being, the first appearance of the new Suicide Squad, the other being the first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Oracle. But they're not surprisingly. It's not surprising that they're big. Next up, 3 books for a series that I've decided I want to get into because I like one of the characters that comes along later, Jenny Sparks. This is Stormwatch 0. Stormwatch 1, because who doesn't like having #1s? And Stormwatch 2. This is the best cover, though. I love the guy just flying right at you. It's like, I'm going to kick your butt, you son of a gun. The next one I'm going to show, Alan gave me. I gave him some comics, and he turned around and gave me one. This is #50 of Little Dot and Dotland, which is an early Richie Rich appearance. An early appearance of the Creature of the Black Lagoon. This is a pretty cool looking book, and I look forward to reading this one and putting it on my shelf behind me, because anytime I can get an older book that is not DC or Marvel, I think it's pretty cool. And as it was given to me by Alan, it can go on the wall with all the other books that people have given me over the last few months. Next up, this is Superboy 132. I bought it because it's go-go checks. Plus, I need it. I like having Superboy books. It's all part of the Superman family thing that I do. Now, here's one for all you fans out there, and you know what type of fans I'm talking about. This is Conan #2. Yes, fans of big, big swords. This book is for you. Look at the blood dripping off the sword. Is that not the best sword you've ever seen? Now, the next few books, I'm back to Superboy, but these a couple are from the period where he was with the Legion. This is Superboy and the Legion 220. And these two, and the first appearance of Pulsar Stargrave, issue 224. of Superboy. Note the big, big, awesome shot of Saturn Girl. Unfortunately, she's not awake, but that is a still fantastic, fantastic cover. Stargrave on a rampage. You know what? This may not quite be the first appearance. I'd have to look that up now. Now that I look at the cover, I'm a little concerned. This is definitely his first storyline, but now that I think about it, I better check that to see what the first appearance is of Stargrave. I can get back to you guys later. This is Giant Superboy 165. Yet again, another one I bought because if you can get your hands on 80-page Giants, you do so. Again, for the most part, this spine is in great condition. Two books to go. Who likes go-go checks? I like go-go checks. This is Lois Lane, number 75. Lois is dressed like she's from a Latin American country, and she is ordering Superman to be an execution squad like we see on the firing squads, like we see on the typical juntas whenever we see, they make comments about Latin American dictators. So I am curious to what happens in this book that leads him to this position because she's playing the lady dictator. And it's just so funny that they go with the Latin American context because there were actually two dictators in Europe, actually three dictators in Europe that were big at the time, and they could have used. They had Ceausescu in Romania, and they had Franco in Spain and Salazar in Portugal. So all of them were dictators, and they could have easily done this in a European country, like Doctor Doom, for example. Now, the last book I'm going to show, I bought purely because it's a redhead buy. I know we've already done the redhead stuff, but this is a redhead that someone suggested to me, and I saw this and thought, okay, I must get it. This is Marvel Team Up 98, Spider-Man and the Black Widow. And I have to admit that Natasha is probably my favorite adventure. Now, I did get other books at the show, but I'm not going to show them here because they will be used in other videos, and so they will eventually get shown. But I want to say that I enjoyed myself immensely at this show. I don't get out of the house much anymore, so anytime I have a chance to go and do something comic related, I really, really enjoy myself. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video. I want to know what books you liked, what books you didn't like. I'd like to know if you've got them, if there's a particular series you're interested in. Please put it all down below. I want to know it all. I love comics. I love talking about comics. I love to hear about people's collections. And one of the reasons about that is because there are so many comics out there. I mean, there's millions probably across the world. And I know I'm not going to see them all, but I would like a chance to see them all before I die. So that way, at least they could say, when I'm going like this, he saw them all as much as possible. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. My name is Matt, and I like comics. And I hope you do too. Have a good one.